My name is Paul Waller. I'm the president and founder of Christian Sports Medicine Alliance. And I've been in South Africa, Johannesburg, South Africa, for the last 2.5 days. And we're learning how Christian Sports Medicine Alliance can impact and be used in South Africa and use our skills to share our faith in Christ. Tonight I wanted to talk to you and talk with a gentleman that's a good friend of mine, one of our partners here in South Africa. His name is Bernie Bitter. He is working with a group called the International Sports Coalition, and he's going to share with you some things of how he feels like CSMA can impact Africa and how he feels like that we can be plugged into his ministry and a ministry across the continent. So, Bernie, just take it away.
Thank you, Paul. It's a blessing to have you in our home, and also a blessing to look at ways we can partner together. Part of the ISC that I'm involved in through our Ministry of Sports Outreach Africa is having extensive ministry throughout Africa, not only South Africa. And I see your ministry very key in helping us reach the high-profile athletes. Very few people have an opportunity and the privilege of actually ministering to them. You know, normally it's their peers that we train and equip to do that. But we're finding more and more through the medical approach that we have opportunities to minister to high-profile athletes who in Africa really have a platform. You know, they're looked up to and they have a lot of influence. And sadly, a lot of that influence is negative until they come to know Christ.
Right.
And so with the ministry that we have many major events where lots of athletes will travel outside of their country as a team, go to a major event, but have very little medical training and expertise, you know, for injuries, even for, not corrective surgery, but preventive surgery, yeah. And so there are opportunities for volunteers, Christians, to be accredited with those countries as they go to the All Africa Games, the Commonwealth Games, and sometimes even to the Olympic Games. And so we are hoping that as your ministry can provide more and more volunteers with the expertise, we would be able to link them in and get them the accreditation that they would need to be full-time with those teams.
So what you're saying is that you could possibly see Christian Sports Medicine Alliance being a part of the African Nations Cup, the Commonwealth Games, possibly in the future maybe the World Cup in rugby and soccer and maybe cricket and some of the other local events here.
I think more the Africa Cup of Nations, more so the All Africa Games, because you know the All Africa Games, a country like Nigeria would have 400 athletes,
right,
with probably 2 physios, and a real need to have others come in and help. When we look at the World Cup rugby, those countries already have that they have the money to pay to have the right medical treatment.
So you're basically in Africa. There's really nothing in the way of sports medicine being done right now at that level.
I would hasten to say that very few countries are happy with the medical support and treatment that they would have. And they would be very open, especially having volunteers where they wouldn't have to pay them, and more so if those volunteers were able to bring medical supplies and equipment to be part of their teams.
Awesome, awesome. Well, great. Well, that's kind of what we wanted to find out while we're here, and I think that when we start looking at events and things that we can plug ourselves into, that CSMA is going to really explode, and I think that our partnership...
Explode in the positive sense.
Yes, exactly. Explodes in a positive sense. You know, we're all about, like I was sharing with you last night, we're all about making God famous, and making God famous through using sports medicine and using our skills. And there are a lot of people stateside that are ready to use their skills to make God famous, and that's what we as an organization, that's what we want to do.
And I would see you as the pioneers in that field, especially on the African continent.
Right. I hope so.
Good.
Well, thanks, and there'll be more to come. We're going to be in Durban next week, and have 2 interviews coming up then. So stay tuned, Facebook and Twitter and everything else going on, and we'll talk to you soon. Bye.